P.E.R.M is an application through the Department of Labor system made by a company on behalf of an employee to sponsor them for a green card. So we have P.E.R.M in two categories, EB2, so second preference, and EB3. EB3 is for people who have at least a bachelor's degree or skills equivalent to a bachelor's degree. EB2 is people who have a master's degree or higher. So to do the P.E.R.M, the employer has to apply to the Department of Labor for something that we call a prevailing wage, because they have to show for this position in this geographic area with this required experience, we want to pay this much. And then the government will tell you if that meets the prevailing wage, which is the minimum that the government says you have to pay to get the green card or not. If it does, that prevailing wage gets certified, and then the employer moves on to the second step. And this may sound a little strange, a little counterintuitive, but they actually probably already have the employee working for them, but they have to advertise 5 different ways for the position. Because the Department of Labor wants to make sure that we're not displacing U.S. workers with foreigners. So they require the employer to undergo recruitment for that position. And if there is a applicant that is minimally qualified, they can't proceed with the P.E.R.M. Now, why am I saying this is counterintuitive? Maybe I have the best, the smartest, the most successful person working for me. If I find someone that has the minimum qualifications for the position, I cannot sponsor my superstar foreign worker. That sounds very strange, but again, it's all about protecting U.S. workers in this process. Why is a national interest waiver a waiver? It's a waiver of the P.E.R.M requirement.
I see.
But this is the way that most people get the green card through employer sponsorship. So the employer conducts recruitment. If they don't find U.S. workers, then they file the P.E.R.M with the Department of Labor. The Department of Labor takes about 6 to 8 months to either certify or deny it. If they certify it, if they say, yes, we believe you can't find somebody, you can move on to steps 2 and 3 of the process. In step 2, you show that your foreign worker has the qualifications you were recruiting for. So experience letters to demonstrate it, their educational documents you'll need to present. And then you as the employer have to show that you have the ability to pay the prevailing wage. So you have to be prepared to submit financials to be able to show that. That's not a big deal for big companies, but for smaller companies it sometimes is, particularly if they're relatively new and they're startups and maybe they're not yet cash flow positive and they're still operating in the red. And then the third step, if the I-140 is approved, is the actual green card application. So that's a P.E.R.M process, and the P.E.R.M process will take about at least right now 2.5 years to 3 years.
So that's actually the way that usually H-1B
yes. So most H-1Bs get sponsored for P.E.R.M.